Hello friends, I am Mr. Sanjay K. Bhadke, presently working as an assistant professor in Department of Civil Engineering, Tulsiramji Gaikwad Patil College of Engineering and Technology, Nagpur. Friends, today we are going to discuss about the highway failure. We know that our subject is Transportation Engineering 1, and in last class we discussed about the various design patterns of flexible pavement. We are also discuss about the various patterns of rigid pavements. So now in today's class we are going to discuss about the highway failure. What are the various reasons due to which there is a large failure in the flexible and rigid pavement. So in today's class we are going to discuss about the introduction part which is related with the highway failure. What are the various highway pavements? What are the various highway failure causes? What are the various highway failure types? How we can carry out the highway maintenance? What are the various material that can be used for the road construction and also used for the maintenance of these various pavements? We are also going to discuss about the various points which come under the highway maintenance material, and finally in this class we are going to discuss about the what is the conclusion and what outcome you can learn from today's class. We know that in our India we have already constructed many road network with the help of flexible pavement. We know that in 1929 there was a JICAR committee, and as per the recommendation given by the JICAR committee, we have the three road plan, and all this plan has been generated for the 20 years. The first plan has been started from the Nagpur, as the Nagpur is the middle of the India, so that this first plan is called as the Nagpur road plan. The second plan is called as the Bombay Road Plan, and third plan is called as the Lucknow Road Plan. So all this plan has been designed for the 20 years, and as per the recommendation given by this plan, we have constructed many flexible pavement network throughout the India. Thus, we have constructed very highway which is on a public road or other public way on the land. So the road or highway construction is very important for the transportation. The main purpose of flexible pavement or road pavement is that the public user or driver should get the comfort by using this road. So now just we are going to discuss about today's introduction part. Basically, we are constructing various road like a national highway, state highway, major district road, other district road, and village road. So all these roads are useful to connect the small village to the town. Town can be connected to the metro cities. Metro cities can be connected to the other metro cities, and this way there is a economical and uh, social growth of the country. So construction of various pavements and highway plays a very important role for the growth of the country. The first highway was constructed on Long Island, New York in United States in 1911. This was the first construction of the world. So you can see in the figure, and this is one flexible pavement which is marked with the yellow and white strips, and this type of marking is very important, and it gives the various direction and various point related to the traveling to the drivers. or to the road users. So here you can see what is the main difference between the highway pavements. Basically there are two pavements. One pavement is called as the flexible pavement, that is bitumen pavement, and second pavement is the rigid pavement, which include the cement concrete roads. And I hope that in last class we already discussed about the various differentiated between the flexible pavement and rigid pavement. So in case of flexible pavement, we are providing various base, sub base, and we are using various material aggregate for the construction, and topmost layer in flexible pavement is constructed with the bitumen material. But in case of a rigid pavement, we are using the concrete material, and the topmost layer, which is called as the slab, is constructed with the help of concrete or RCT type of material. Now, why there is the highway failure? There are number of causes of pavement failure. The sum of the causes that we are going to discuss today. The routing due to the high variation in the ambient temperature. If there is a continuously changes in the temperature, so this may be a one cause of the highway failure. Uncontrolled heavy axial load, then inadequate stability, loss of binding action, poor design and fabrications. So there are many other causes due to which there is a failure. So if we consider some causes, so we can describe that due to the poor design, or due to the lack of binding between the materials, or if there is a heavy axial load. So by considering all these causes, there is the occurrence of failures of the flexible or rigid pavement. So in right side you can see one figure is there. This is the flexible pavement, and you can see due to the rainwater there is a damage to the structure, and this type of damage to the structure, obviously it is not good. It will be the harmful for the road user, and there may be the chances of skidding and slipping, and maybe increase in the various road accidents. So we should be very careful, and we always try to reduce this type of failure by providing a proper design and material. Then what are the various highway failure types? There are number of highway failure types. So majorly there are four types. The number one is cracking. We know that the longitudinal and linear cracks will be developed in the various types of pavement. There may be the chances of surface deformation, which is called as the routing, disintegrations and generation of small holes on the road, surface defects, which is called as a bleeding. So these are the various highway failure types, and we can find any structure can be failed, or any pavement can be failed by these four manners, which include cracking, surface deformation, disintegration and surface deflection. So all these things are happening. So we should understand why this is happening. So main reason, if we are not using proper type of material for the construction, or if there is a heavy axial load which is transferred from surface of the road to the internal layer, so in that case this type of failures will be occur. Then what are the major types of the cracking? We know that various cracks can be developed in the rigid pavement. These cracks may be longitudinal or linear types of cracks. Initially, if you see these cracks, cracks will be look like a hair cracks, but day by day it will increase, and there may be the maximum damage to the structure. So always we should try to reduce these cracks. So how these cracks can be reduced? Basically, these cracks can be developed in the rigid pavement due to the changes in the temperature traces. So to avoid these cracks, we are always try to use various types of dowel bar, various types of joints to reduce these cracks. So these cracks can be classified as a fatigue type of cracking, longitudinal cracking, transfer cracking, block cracking, slippage cracking, reflective cracking, and edge cracking. So these are the various types of cracking, and there are many methodology. By using this methodology, we can reduce this type of cracks. So friends, these are the various peaks of the flexible pavement, and we have taken these peaks from the different areas of the India, and here you can see how these cracks are differ from each other, or you can see how the road are damaged in differential way. In first fix you see there are different types of cracks, while in second you can see the longitudinal cracks are there. In third picture we see that zigzag types of cracks are there. So these are the various types of cracks, and once these cracks will take place, there is a maximum damage to the structure. So always we should try to minimize these cracks. Now the next point is surface deformation. The pavement deformation is the result of weakness in one or more layers of the pavements. If there is any failure in the surface, so that will be called as the surface deformation. And there are basic types of the surface deformation. So they can be classified as a routine type of deformation, corrugations type of deformation, showing types of deformation, depression, and swell. So when there is a surface deformation, so and when we analyze this surface deformation, we can find it will be differ from surface to surface, and it will be differ from area to area, so that this surface deformation can be classified in these five types. Next, one of the important point is the disintegration. The progressive breaking up of the pavement into a small loose pieces is called as the disintegration. So already in previous peak we have seen that there are some part of the pavement which can be break in number of pieces. So this development of number of pieces on the road surface is called as the disintegration. If disintegration is not repaired in its early stages, complete reconstruction of the pavement may be needed. And if you are going for the complete reconstruction of the pavement, there will be the increase in the cost of project. So it is very important, if initial construction, if you find the disintegration in the road surface, so earlierly we should repair that disintegration, so that there should not be the increase in the cost of the project. There are two most common types of the disintegrations, and they are the potholes and patches. And I know friends, you all are familiar with the potholes and patches. So this is the one type of disintegration, and pothole and patches, these are the part of the various pieces. But as per their appearance, we can classify them as a potholes and patches. So here this is the figure of flexible pavement, and here you can see how potholes and patches are taken place on the road surface. And if it will increase continuously, there is a chances of the accident on the road. There may be the increase in the skidding and slipping of the various vehicle, so that if this type of potholes and patches will take place, there is a emergency need of maintenance of this type of roads. Now student, we are going to discuss about the surface defects. Already we have discussed about the surface deformation. So now this is surface defects. Surface defects are related to the problem in the surface layer, and the most common type of the surface defects are revealing, bleeding, polishing, and delamination. So these are the various points, and that should we consider if there is a surface defect. So in this figure, these all are the flexible pavement, and you can see the various types of surface defects has been shown, and this type of surface defects are very dangerous for the road users and vehicles. If they cannot be maintained properly, so there may be the chances of the big accident, and this way there is an increase in the accident cases in India. And if we think about the comparison between the rigid and flexible pavement, so we can see one thing, there are many highway failure in case of flexible pavement, so that in India we are trying to replace all this flexible pavement with the help of rigid pavement, because the lifespan of the rigid pavement is near about of 30 years, and its maintenance cost is also low. So this way we can reduce the road accident. So nowadays we are referring the rigid pavement for the construction. Now previously we had discussed about the various types of highway failure, but if there is a highway failure, we should proceed with the highway maintenance. We know that highway maintenance is one of the important factor to reduce the various road accident. This highway maintenance is include the various type of preserving, repairing and restoring of the highway, and it is essential for to preserve the road in its original construction condition, to provide the user safety, to provide the efficient, convenient travel along the route. Once we provide the highway maintenance, we will get this essential thing, and one can ride on the road with the safety and comfort. So normally, which type of various material we are using for the highway maintenance? So these are the various material those we are using for the highway construction as well as for the highway maintenance. It's include concrete, bitumen, asphalt, gravels, mineral fillers and tar. In case of rigid pavement, we are using the concrete material. In case of flexible pavement, we are using the bitumen material, gravels, mineral fillers and tar. So basically for the construction of the road we are using this type of material. And in addition to this material, nowadays we are making our research, and we are trying to use waste plastic, fly ash and other waste material as a compacted material for the construction of the road. If research is going on, and uh, we will get the success on a particular scale, so it will help to damage to the environmental structure. So what highway maintenance include? It's include the physical maintenance, such activities like sealing, patching, filling of the joints. Traffic service activities, it include painting, pavement, marking, removing snow, ice and litters. Then rehabilitation, it's include the restoring or betterment of the roadway, such as resurfacing. So these are the various physical maintenance, traffic service activities and rehabilitation. We are conducting all this type of maintenance to make our defected road better, and there should get a comfort ride to all the road users. Now, what are the various types of maintenance? This type of maintenance can be classified as a surface maintenance, roadside and drainage maintenance, shoulder and approaches maintenance, snow and ice control maintenance, bridge maintenance, and traffic services. So, if we want a particular comfort on the road, we have to carry out this type of maintenance on the road. Surface maintenance, it includes the periodic reshaping of the road surface to ensure the proper drainage and traffic passage. And there are various purposes of the road surface maintenance, which include to provide the safety to users, improve road performance, lengthen maintenance cycle, or reduce maintenance cost. So once we providing the surface maintenance, we can get the comfort, and also we can reduce the cost of construction. There are various benefits of surface maintenance, which include creates a tightly packed road surface, reduce dust generation caused by the grinding action of the large lost stone under the traffic, minimize the loss of road material to erosion, and give a pleasant view. So, if we consider about the various benefits which are shown here regarding to the surface maintenance, so finally we will enjoy our journey, our ride on the road, and no, obviously we will get a pleasant view and comfort and safety. So these benefits are very important related to the surface maintenance. Now, what are the various points which consider about the roadside maintenance? So, this roadside maintenance is include the clearing and cleaning of the drainage, because we know that due to the drainage there may be the damages to the road. So, clearing of drains is a very important point. Reshape and regrade ditches, line drains, clear manhole and underground pieces, erosion repairs. So all these things we are carried out so that there should be the proper drainage which is related with the road. And we know that if there is a blocking of the water, so it will damage to the various surface of the road, and it will also affect on the road material, so that the material will become weak, and that road is also become weak. So it is essential that we are carried out these drainage materials regularly. Shoulders, we know that what do you mean by shoulders? The shoulders are the additional road which are connected to the highway or state way, and the maintenance of shoulder is also important because obstruction wash on the shoulders should be removed. Vegetation controls are important, and reshape or regrade shoulder surface for the correct level. Once we reshape or regrade the shoulder, we can get the proper level of highways and shoulders. And if you're taking some areas in the consideration like Jammu Kashmir or Shimla Manali, so in that case we require the snow and ice control. This ice reduce the coefficient of friction between the tire and surface, make vehicles control almost impossible. Snow from the road should be removed to reduce the chance of the accident. So there is a maximum chances of the accident if we are not remove the ice or snow from the road. So that we are using new technologies, we are using various machinery to remove this ice and snow from the road, and we are always trying to reduce the chances of accident in this particular area where is always the problem of snow and ice on the road. Now next point is the bridge maintenance. This bridge maintenance is include the exposed steel work must be clean and retained. Cleaning and resealing of the deck joint is important. Damage to guardrail must be repaired and strengthened. Resurfacing of the decks is important. Score around the under piers and abutment should be removed. So we know that in case of bridge construction we are using various material. This material is include the various types of steel, various types of iron, and when this steel and iron is come in contact with the air or water, so there is a high corrosion. Once high corrosion is there, it will damage the structure. That's so that bridge maintenance, its regular painting, its regular repairing is very important. There are traffic services. So this traffic services is include the various type of marking and various types of signaling and signing, which is important for the road user. So by using this marking, by using the signals and sign, one road user can get the various information about the traveling, and he can understand where he want to go. And we know that when we are traveling there are various types of marking where using various type of paint like yellow color paint or white color paint for the marking. So all these marking are important because it gives the directions and information to the driver, so that the driver can get the indication, and this way he will drive his car or vehicle comfortably, and we can reduce the various accident on the road. The final conclusion of today's topic is that highway pavement plays an important role in the inconvenience, warning, and direction. So, highway maintenance is very important. There should be better management from time to time to keep the pavement is good condition. Means once we constructed the pavement, that means our role is not over. Its maintenance is very important, so that we can extend its lifespan. Designing of pavement should be upgraded for the better climatic resistance. We know that once we started to design any project, it should be designed properly, and it should have a big durability, so that if any atmospheric condition or bad condition is there, so it should not be affected, and it can be give a proper service to the road user. So student, this way we have discussed the various basic point which is related with the highway failure, and I think you have understand what is the highway failure, what are the various types of highway failure, and how we should uh, reduce this highway failure, and we should provide the various types of maintenance to the highway, so that there is a good lifespan of the highway, and we should get a very good comfort and pleasant view when we are using this highway. Thank you very much.